That's how he makes his money. He's got a 5-inch taint. He's got at least a 12-foot dong and just walks around the house swinging things from it. But that's how he makes his money. There's some things that I've had to look past morally, but it still earns a paycheck for us, and this is how we're able to pay you guys.
I'm listening.
Okay.
A good person wouldn't go back in time to kill Hitler. They'd go back in time to help him get into art school. Look, I'm not a fan of cats, but I'll give him this. I've never once in my life ever seen a cat working for the police. What are you, retarded? What do you mean, am I educated? My GED's in the other room. You want me to go get it? What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Chegeland. I'm Matt Chege. I'm here today with Leah, of course. How you doing, Leah?
Pretty good.
And my buddy Damien Yopek.
Hey, how's it going?
He's referred to, also known as
Big Dick Dame Dame.
Big Dick Dame Dame, Big Daddy Dame Dame. Holla at your boy. This is all what we do.
Also Big Country. He's a big guy.
Big dude, got a beard. People love it. Love Nelly and Florida Georgia Line.
All right. So Damien, what's been going on with you?
Nothing much, man. Just in town visiting. Wanted to come see what you had going on here. Plus, I just love talking to people, starting controversies, making prank phone calls, whatever. Just hanging out.
Still into that?
Yeah, I'm almost 40, and I'm still into just being rude and immature.
So the amazing thing of I'm almost 42. Me and Damien are the same age. We went to high school together. The amazing thing about like not having a wife or kids is like you can still make prank phone calls. I don't know.
Make prank phone calls, play video games. I don't know. Just pick on people randomly. Not bullying because I'm not into it.
Yeah, we're not into bullying. And this you've heard about this Asian hate thing, right?
Yes. Yeah,
it's very, very unfortunate. There was a woman in New York, a giant crazy man, ended up beating her. It turns out that he, did you guys hear about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually killed his mom, and then
that was a couple years ago. Yeah, before the.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. He didn't kill. He didn't kill his mom.
Just kill her and just start beating Asian women.
Yeah. So the Stop Asian Hate thing, it's wild. I feel like some of it is. I feel like half of it is like a real thing, and then the other half is just kind of played up for news and stuff. Like that crazy guy. Did he assault? Did the person he assault happen to be Asian? Sure. But did he assault her because she's Asian? We don't know because he's a crazy guy. He might have thought his mom came back as an Asian woman and then wanted to finish the job, right?
You may be surprised, but I'm 100% for stopping the Asian hate.
Sure.
So me being a gentleman who dabbles in dating Asian women and knowing the history and everything behind kind of what's going on, I don't think it's being played up whatsoever. I just think now people are hearing about it because they've kept quiet about it for so long. People didn't really want to bring that up and cause a stir, but honestly, it's been a problem for a while.
Like a catalyst.
Exactly. Yeah. This is the catalyst that kind of, or the straw that broke the camel's back, and now it's out there publicly, and especially with our past president, who kind of decided to choose to, and we've had this coronavirus, calling it the China virus. I don't know what that made people think, that every single person who of Asian descent had some sort of virus or was bringing some sort of bacteria or whatever to the United States, but we saw the same thing after 9/11 when everybody started attacking Middle Eastern people and Arabs and everything else like that. Stopping the Asian hate is just now being brought to light. And there's some serious issues there.
But the one guy who attacked the old lady,
yeah, he was
a
crazy.
literally crazy person. So did he attack her because she was Asian? Was that Asian hate? Or did it just happen to be an Asian woman, and then the Asian hate is put on
applied.
there?
Well, here's
to sell a
sure, we don't know, but that isn't the first incident that happened of a random woman being beaten by a random man. That has happened a couple of times recently that have been in the news, and it's almost like it's something that was catching on, just like when you'd see 14-year-old kids in YouTube videos playing the knockout game. It almost seems like it's something that people were just trying to do because they were seeing it in social media or on the news, and this is how they
targeted?
could. I think she could have been targeted. Yes, most definitely.
I think the guy was just crazy. I think it was crazy, and I think it could have been anybody.
I mean, was his mom Asian?
In that specific example, I'm talking about that specific.
Example.
You know what I mean?
He's right. You're crazy. You have no idea why he did it, but at the same time, you can't negate the fact that he did do something like that, and it was towards an Asian woman, where all of this is happening. All of this Stop Asian Hate is happening, and for some reason, people are pissed off that Asian people don't want to be hurt. They don't want to be attacked, and for some reason, that's an issue. Like, why would that be an issue?
I don't think. Yeah. Now, maybe some people feel like that. Like, I don't feel like that. I just feel like almost anything that goes on where it becomes a hot button thing, that stuff might not be that hot button thing is attributed to that hot button thing because people love a good panic.
Yeah.
Like, people
Clickbait.
love to just group things together and apply what do you call it?
A narrative?
Yeah, like apply a narrative to something. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm not saying there's Asian women aren't they're not sexualized or not sexualized, but fetishized or whatever.
Yes, exactly. That's something.
Lots of I'm sure lots of Asian hate crimes that are actually Asian hate crimes exist.
Yeah.
But I just thought that this one story kind of stood out because a guy turns out to be mentally fucking insane, and so mentally insane he killed his mom.
Right. Yeah. But when you look at it too, the Stop Asian Hate just isn't about this one incident of a crazy guy. And I know this is the particular the particular event you're deciding to bring up. But there's
because
definitely,
I thought it was just I think crazy people are funny. I mean, it's not funny when they try to kill people.
No.
But crazy people, I thought the narrative was funny, and then how it changed. I thought that was funny. Oh, it turns out to be a mentally insane person that could have done that to anybody. We don't know why. And even if it turns out that he did it because she was Asian, it's like, well, this is a mentally insane person. So, why,
I have a question, too.
What's happening?
So, like, if you're saying the Stop Asian Hate trend is because of the Wuhan virus, the Chinese virus, right? That people are associating China with spreading the disease. So more appropriately, shouldn't it be like Stop Chinese Hate? I mean, if you say Asian, there's a lot of different sections of Asia.
Yep.
And everybody in Asia will tell you the difference. Like if you mistake a Korean person for Chinese when you're in the Orient, you're gonna be lambasted.
Yeah.
If you mistake a Japanese person for a Chinese or Taiwanese or whatever, they are very particular about who they are and don't get it twisted.
Right.
It's just like if you call an Irish person British, they're like, fuck you, dude.
Right.
I ain't fucking British.
Yes, and they all know the difference when you're in that land.
People here don't know the difference.
Correct. So Stop Asian Hate is really a broad category I don't think it's
But it's
really
happening
designed.
to all Asians. It's not just happening to Chinese because people here don't understand.
Is it really happening though? I mean, what are the stats?
How many times
They're
have people
seeing
come up to you going, "Hey, so where are you from?" And then you say,
I live in South Lyon.
Okay, but are they expecting to hear what your nationality is?
It
Because when people, and I see this all the time,
No.
when people walk up to Asian, male, female, whoever, they're like, "Where are you from?" And then they'll say, "Oh, I'm from California." They're like, "No, where are you from?"
Well,
They
do
want
they
their,
have?
they want their ethnicity.
They don't. They want their ethnicity, but they're coming at them at a totally different, which I would see as
So is that
racist.
hate? Is that Asian hate to ask a
Well, that's one of those things that's called, what is that called? Where
microaggression?
Yeah. Because if somebody asks that question, now I've been asked that question. A black chick in Vegas asked me that question. Now, maybe
Where you're from?
Maybe it was because I was on rollerblades and
And you're
You know,
pasty?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But she wasn't asking that because she wanted to know my ethnicity or
Yeah.
if I was a American national. She was asking that question with no loaded premises. Unlike what you're talking about, when people ask Asian people or any ethnic people, right? Mm-hmm. And especially like maybe if they're talking, they got an accent.
Right.
It's like,
Especially if they have an accent. Even if someone has a southern accent.
now,
I know they're not
assuming
from here.
that there's like racist connotations in there. There may be, but there also might not be. But if the person being asked that kind of feels that way, then, you know, it's kind of like you probably shouldn't ask that question.
Ignorance is still racism, and even something as simple as that still comes off as very racist because you really wouldn't run up to somebody just like, hey, like I said, I'm not going to run up to you, Chege, and be like, "Where are you from?" And you're going to be like, "South Lyon." I go, "No, aren't you from Hungary? Why didn't you tell me Hungary?" You know, like,
Because he's not from Hungary.
Well, ethnically,
I know,
ethnically,
but
he is.
you've never
But
been there.
But that's what he's
right?
talking about.
Right.
Yeah, right. But
the people, a lot of people here, a lot of Asians were born here. They weren't born in
Then
the
guess
country
what?
where
They
they're
don't have an
ethnically from.
accent.
It's like where are you from?
You can definitely tell.
San Diego. Yeah, but
No,
where are you
they
from?
do because their family still does, and they still speak languages. I dated a girl. She was born in the United States. Her family was born in the Philippines. She still had an accent because her family still spoke Tagalog. So you
She
don't
chose
know.
to.
It's
keep
not
the
a choosing;
accent.
it's a family lifestyle. It's how they
Yeah.
will grow up.
Well, I mean, my dad moved to the U.S. when he was
Mm-hmm.
a kid, and from England, and he dropped his accent right away because
Sure.
he was being targeted for bullying.
Yeah.
So, like, you choose to keep it. You choose to pronounce words that
well,
certain way that you
your
want
father
to.
chose to. You didn't. I mean, if he still spoke with his accent, I'm sure you growing up, you probably would still have an accent because you're
It's hard to
around it
say.
all the time. You know.
I mean, but people who I know people who parents are from another country and they
Mm-hmm.
do keep an accent. It doesn't mean that the child's going to have the accent. They may see certain words a certain way.
Sure.
But I'm saying if
I think
you
we're getting really hung up on accents here.
We are.
because that would be the precursor for me to ask someone where they're from. If I hear them talking a different way that sounds different than the accent that I have, then I can assume
yes.
they're not
And
from where I'm from.
I've done that before, and
Yeah.
I'm doing that to. I'm not doing that.
I don't think it's
to
racist.
target
I don't think
them.
it's racist.
Well, it's not that it is or isn't racist. It's that the the intent might not be racist, but it might be assumed it's racist. But I've done that before with people who are, you know, they got an accent or whatever. But it's always because they're like new. You know what I mean? Like it's like I'll work at a place
Yeah.
and it's a new person.
Introductory.
And it's like,
Where
yo,
you
where are you
from?
from? Like I'm not asking that because I want to judge them based on their ethnicity.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But
No,
some
I just think
people do.
there's other questions you can ask instead of just that broad brushed, where are you from? Because now that has so many different meanings. But your expectation is to hear what country are they from, not where are they actually from when, I live, you know, down the block on 10 Mile and Rushton. Right?
Yes. I'm assuming that they're from somewhere not here.
Right.
You know what I mean? But so
You can't just assume that stuff though.
I've been to other countries. Well, yeah, but it's not assuming. There's assumptions involved, but like I've been to other countries. If an American goes to another country, this might not be bad because this might not be a good example because like America,
They're going to ask where you're from.
Yeah.
right?
Because they can tell you're not
so
from there.
If you go to Japan or China,
certainly,
and me or you are walking around China, you know, and people don't know American accents or they don't know, you know, who knows, and they might ask you, "Yo, where are you from?" Is that racist?
it's only racist if you're like a Chinese American that's from Connecticut. It's only racist if you're that person, and then they ask you where you're from.
But you see what I'm saying? Like,
I see what you're saying, but it's not really clearing anything up. And this is a road.
It's just a question.
Right.
I'm
I
just
hear you.
saying. Like, if I'm in a different country where everybody else looks different than me, America's a little bit different because it's a melting pot.
But so are you just going up to random Asian people
No.
here, just assuming that they're here visiting, going,
No.
oh, where are you going? Where you from?
No.
So are you going to have random people in
No.
other countries coming up to you to say that? No. You have definitely, like you said, if it's somebody new in the workplace, obviously they got a job at this place. They filled out their proper paperwork. They're some sort of citizen or they're here on a visa. So they're here in the United States. They're establishing something. And then you go up to them and you say, hey, where are you from? And you want to know what country they're from.
Or maybe I'm just breaking the ice.
Yeah. You want to get to know a person.
You see what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, you can break the ice totally 100 different ways. I think me just walking up to a random person, not even asking them their name first, and just going, where are you from? Hey, like.
I probably would ask their name first, then I'd probably introduce myself second, and then I would want to know where are you staying at currently.
But how many people?
What's your address?
How many people, because of your skin, come up to you and ask you where you're from? Just want to know where you're from. Because it doesn't happen
I've been
to
at
you.
black barbecues.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
And they say, where
is
you
this
from?
an everyday occurrence for you?
No.
Okay, right. No. See, this is something that is
Right.
almost an everyday occurrence for that. This is, to you, it's happened to you maybe 3-4 times a year max.
Yeah, not that much.
So this,
Nowhere near those.
So this doesn't
Yeah.
affect you like it affects other people. This happens to
Yes.
all the time.
But what I'm talking about is the intent of somebody asking that. You don't really know. What I'm saying is it might be something that is like a racial microaggression. It might be inappropriate, but it also might not be.
Yeah.
So to assume that it's always inappropriate to ask somebody where
No,
they're
it's
from,
not.
that's a
But
different
it's
ethnicity.
when they answer and they say, you know, where are you from? And they're like, oh, I'm from San Jose, California. And then they go to the point, no, where are you from?
Yeah, right.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yes, that's something different because that's what you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking
So
about.
there we
Yeah.
Yeah, and the all right, the Asian hate with the AAPI, Asian American Pacific Islander hate. I don't like it because it's too close to API, which is application programming interface, and I think that the closeness is kind of wild because like there's lots of Asian people in computing. You know what I mean?
It's ironic.
You'd think if you were the head of the AAPI, you'd be like, is that too close to API? You know, it's like Asian people. Isn't there like a stereotype like we're good with numbers and computers and stuff? Shouldn't we maybe pick something else? You know?
Okay, I like the fact that you was like, yeah, maybe we should pick something else for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because I don't want to tie it too in closely to say, you know, well, okay, they're good, you know, whatever, but like, yeah, maybe they should pick something else.
I mean, AAPI.
Yeah.
And it's
But also think about it too, Chege. Before you brought API up, I'm not intelligent enough to really actually know what API was, so it doesn't affect me as much as it may affect you. I don't know about you, Leah, but I'm kind of ignorant.
That's why we're in Chegeland,
right?
And you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh no, I understand.
As soon as I heard AAPI, I was just like API, and then I'm looking up what AAPI is, and like the first thing that comes up is API. And then,
Did you mean
API? And then it's
API?
and then it's Asian American Pacific Islander, and the whole Asian American or attaching American to something is really irritating to me because it's like just say Asian, like especially with Asian,
or just say American.
Yeah.
Well, no, because you're talking about their ethnicity. So American is a nationality, right? You're a United States citizen, you're American citizen, but it's not your ethnicity. So those are two different things. Like I'm Hungarian, Sicilian, Welsh, American.
But we don't go around saying that about you, do we? We don't. We're like, oh, he's Hungarian.
No, he's just American.
He's an American.
But even with the AAPI, even with
yeah, but I don't even like being called an American.
We don't go walk around going, oh, yo, big country. What are you, Polish? Oh, look, he's just Polish. Don't worry about him. Like.
Not anymore. They used to.
Yeah, they did used to, but they don't anymore. There you go.
Because it's all just been so intertwined.
Damien's people have learned how to screw in light bulbs and.
Oh yes, yeah. Well, he gave up confections for Lent. Great.
What is that one? I don't even know that one.
What? Fat Tuesday, dog? Punchkis. Why do you think they make?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of punchkis. I don't like the word punchki. I don't. It's too many.
Oh, I love just saying it. It's sexy. Punchki. Yeah. Oh, punchki.
I was going to say with the AAPI, it actually, if you're talking about like this is someone's ethnic heritage and that they have an identity here, it actually is detracting from your ethnic heritage because you're putting all these people into one category just based on what? The way that you might look physically. It has nothing to do with your actual ethnicity, so it's not really preserving anything. It's putting you into a new category based on what you look like.
Well, because the violence or the racism is because of what they look like. You know what I'm saying?
I guess, yeah.
Like it's not because.
But doesn't that seem?
It's not because they're Japanese from the land of Japan.
Doesn't it seem demeaning though? In its own category, in its categorization of it, I would be. People say it with the Latinx, like there's a difference. There's a difference between Hispanic and Latino or Latinx, and like the people who actually are technically in that category aren't really pleased with the labeling of it. So I would have to assume that there's some people.
I've heard that like. That's just an American thing, like the Latinx
All of this is an American thing. I mean, obviously the AAPI, Asian American.
But the Latinx specifically, it's like nobody anywhere south of the border is saying like, excuse me, it's not Latino, it's Latinx.
Right. It's a very small fraction.
The wokest parts of the wokest cities is where you're hearing.
And I categorize
Latinx and
Latinx.
Latinx. Yeah. I mean, I've seen it on Facebook all over the place. There's some pretty woke people I've seen. When the BIPIC and Latinx and everything, I didn't understand Latinx for a while. I literally had to ask people what was going on. Yeah. And, a lot of the cooks I work with are from Guatemala and Honduras and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like, I have no idea. What are you talking about? What do you tell me what it is? And I'm like, I don't know.
What'd you just say to me?
Yeah. How do they feel about the expression?
That's exactly how they felt. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Please tell me.
It's really just mostly a white woke thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Asian hate. If you want to stop Asian hate and you're an Asian, what you do is you just go get yourself a gun. See this? You can keep this on you. If you're being attacked, you can point this, pull the trigger, and end the attack. Now, just to be clear, you want to make sure that somebody stays. You want to keep them 10 feet away from you so they don't grab your gun and shoot you with it, But that's how you stop Asian hate. It's really a pretty simple problem.
In this country, that's how you do it.
Yeah, I mean, assuming you can get a gun and, it's legal in the city you're at and whatever.
Make sure you don't have a felony,
like in New York, that old Asian woman, if she would have had a pistol on her, would she have been charged with a crime for defending herself against a 7-foot mentally deranged person?
You know what? Your local jurisdiction, all rules are different. So I don't know. I don't have an answer for you on that one.
Damien used to make prank phone calls 20 years ago, and I have a couple of them. Maybe I'll play him sometime later. But Damien is going to do one right now. Who are we calling?
We are calling cleaning service out of Ypsilanti, Michigan. I believe it's a team of possibly 4. We're going to figure that out, but we're definitely going to need at least 4 people for this cleanup job.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. Yeah, we'll get into it.
Hello, this is
Hi, how you doing?
good. How can I help you?
Yes. So I'm looking for. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place here. I'm looking for a cleaning service that's going to be able to do a large job, but consistently. I'm looking for at least. I'm looking to do a contract for about a year.
Okay.
So I got to ask you a question. Are you familiar with influencers like on TikTok and Instagram?
Yes.
Okay, so what I have here is I manage about 10 of these influencers. They have a house. I'm telling you, these guys, they're weird. There's a whole lot of parties. I'm not gonna lie, and all these rooms are different. We got a ventriloquist. We got somebody who's into genital mutilation. We got people who are they do cooking videos, right? We've got a parlor where you can get your hair cut and your butthole bleached. So the other big thing after I talk about that is discretion. The last cleaning service we had to fire, and we actually took to court because we're very big on discretion. Is that going to be an issue?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, so what happened is may I ask how many people are on your team?
15.
Okay, great. I'm thinking probably 3 to 4 people, but we do want to require that none of them are under the age of 28 because we seem to think that the younger crowd would know who these people are and want to take like pictures and post it on their Instagram, and that's not something we want. We want to be, very discreet, very careful about what goes out there because this is how they make their money.
Yeah, I don't think as far as knowing, I don't think any of the people who work for me are interested in stuff like that. But
oh, wonderful.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so, the biggest problem really is going to be the parlor room where the bleaching goes down. We need to make sure that room can get sterile because you've got so many different stainless steel appliances going towards the butthole to make sure that the anus is bleached properly. And we just got to make sure that you're going to be able to handle all the stainless steel sterilization. The genital mutilation, that gets really crazy too. I mean, this guy just walks around the house hanging cinder blocks from his, I'm sorry, I got to use the word penis, but that's how he makes his money. He's got a 5-inch taint. He's got at least a 12-foot dong and just walks around the house swinging things from it. But that's how he makes his money. There's some things that I've had to look past morally, but it still earns a paycheck for us, and this is how we're able to pay you guys.
I'm listening.
Okay. So there's one thing we do once a year, and it's pretty aggressive, but you got to know that this is going to be a 52-week thing, and probably there's a good 3 or 4 months where maybe your cleaning is just going to be dusting because it's like off season. But then there's going to be those weeks where like we do our yearly party where we bring in 2 girls, have a couple of guys pee all over them. That's $50K a piece. $50K a piece. Are you going to be, that's something that needs to be cleaned up because they're not going to clean up after themselves. They're going to walk out the door, take their money, boom. You know what, though? That's an extra $150 in your pocket.
I hear you.
Right. So, I mean, you hear me. Is this something, I just need to know that this is something that you can handle.
Well, I don't know if that's a prank that you are, doing on me.
Oh, no. No, this is honestly. So you can look me up. I'm just the manager. My name is Big Daddy Dame. It's just a persona that I go with. Sometimes they call me Big Dick Damien, BD3, Dame Damien. You can just call me whatever you want. But this is 100% true. I mean, have you Have you ever seen any of these crazy millennials do their thing? Like, I don't understand it. I'm almost 38, and peeing on girls is not something that we've done in my generation. Bleaching our buttholes, mutilating our genitals, having giant parties with slides into a pool. Like, we could never afford that. I mean, I always worked a minimum wage job, but now that I can manage people like this and make millions of dollars, this is something, I want to. What about you? Do you do anything special?
No, sir.
No? So you wouldn't be interested in being peed on or anything? I mean, that's $50K.
No, you are calling the wrong person.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, I'm calling the wrong person, but what about the cleaning? Am I calling the right person for that?
Well, the cleaning, we can talk about if I will get paid for all those craziness. Yeah,
oh, yeah,
maybe.
yeah, of course. I mean, listen, like I said, these people make millions of dollars. I understand that the job is not the classiest, It may, feel dirty at times, but you just got to look past that. And maybe not just look at Jeff. Jeff is the dude with the genital mutilation. If you look him in the eyes, yeah, some shit's going down. But stay away from him. His room is clearly labeled. There's a lot of blood, but so yeah, have you ever done a job where you've signed a contract where it's been like a yearly contract where it's, that stable work?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And now, is that something you handle, or do you have a lawyer for that? I have a couple of lawyers that we, because when I send you this contract, there's going to be a lot spelled out. You'll probably need a lawyer to go through it, maybe two. Just because I've really told you the cleanest parts of the genital mutilation. You don't even want to know what the females do.
Okay, I'm speechless.
Yeah, I know.
So,
me too. That's why I don't go into Jeff's room. You would probably have to handle Jeff personally.
Yeah.
Let your staff, because you seem like a tough woman. Just by how you're actually, yeah, maybe you thought it was a prank, but just by how you stayed on the line, I can tell you've seen some shit. You've seen some things in your day. So you're probably going to be the one that's going to handle Jeff. He's probably going to want to attach some clips to your nips, but who knows?
Well, that will never, ever happen.
Good. Listen, that's what I love to hear. This is the type of stuff that we're talking about. I need people who are not going to participate because they think it's going to be fast money. All I need you to do is come into the house. Your dog's going to stop. My dog's going to stop. You're going to shut them down, open up shop. DMX, rest in peace. Holla at your boy, right? I don't need you making money off of that on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Can you at least get enthusiastic about this? Like, I'm trying to offer you a ton of money here to clean up pee-pee and poo-poo.
Well, I'm not. Well, sir, I needed to see the job first.
Ooh, okay.
I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to agree with something.
No. And that's totally fine. And we've got all the waivers that you can sign too, because if you're going to show up to this house, and I would prefer if you brought a safety buddy with you, somebody probably as tough as you, because I would bring you in during some of their tapings so you could actually see what is going down, because I want you to be comfortable just as you would be cleaning, just a normal person's house, even though there's just shit and blood everywhere.
Okay. Send me the address. Okay.
Do you have an email address?
Sure.
Okay, great. Why don't you go ahead and give me that email address, and I'll send over what I can.
Okay, it's easy. My name.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. I got one quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you wouldn't take $100K for 3 dudes to pee on you? Because I'm looking to make a little bit more money, and I think you sound beautiful, and I think that would work. She hung up. Well, I answered.
What a good sport.
All that pee talk. I gotta pee.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, we'll be right back.
The greatest leader the world has ever known built a wall bigger than China's in only 4 years, freed all the children caged by pedophile cannibals, and vanquished all of his enemies. He did it all while drinking Diet Coke. I once told the story of why I drink Diet Coke to a girl named Kelly back around the turn of the century. We were at a party at my buddy Regenick's parents' house. She asked me, Chege, why do you always drink Diet Coke? I told her with a straight face, well, if I don't drink it, I'll melt. You'll melt? She asked as her eyes widened. I continued. Being a type 1 diabetic is very dangerous, Kelly. You see, if too many toxic compounds build up in my bloodstream, they'll react with the thermal oxidization function of the mitochondria, which exists in 98% of the cells in my body. Kelly kept listening intently as the people behind her started to smile. Once a reaction begins, I continued, the cytoplasmal ventricles start liquefying the cell walls, and the process will spread throughout my body. And if I don't drink Diet Coke, the breakdown will become irreversible, and I'll melt. Kelly was shocked, possibly a little bit frightened. The people standing behind Kelly were smiling, but didn't laugh out loud. I, of course, never broke. Kelly believed me 100%, even though everything that I said was complete bullshit. Partly because she didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. But what I did say, I said with complete and utter confidence. Diet Coke. If I don't drink it, I'll melt.
All right, and we're back. That was a fun phone call. I couldn't believe how long she stayed on the line for.
Honestly, a little bit too long, but hey, we went with it.
Hey, we tried, you know?
Yeah. Can't believe she didn't want to get peed on for $150.
We're making millions of dollars here, lady. But here's the thing: if you want to get peed on, we'll throw you $150.
You still got to clean up afterwards, though, because I ain't touching it.
Yeah. Yeah. So big news. We're all around the same age. Indiana Jones 5. We excited for this?
I'm just hearing about it now, but if Shia LaBeouf is in it, yes, I'm fucking excited.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf is one of the premier female abusers that have been outed lately.
I'm just really into his whole acting career.
He's very talented young man.
Yeah,
but
method actor.
He's not going to be in it. Him and the Marion, whatever her name was.
His mom.
His mother.
Yeah. I can't remember her name. From Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Harrison Ford is 92, I believe, years old.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool. I think it might be. It's always exciting. All right, another Indiana Jones movie, but the last Indiana Jones movie was a fucking nightmare. I thought it was really, really bad.
Yeah, I think I would have to agree with you on that, except for, like I said, the method acting of Shia LaBeouf that really tied everything together. His whole take on a greaser. Like he was a younger Fonz, always slicking back his hair. Do we know the plot of this one? Is Scientology going to be involved?
I don't. Scientology could possibly be involved. I would personally really like to see Harrison Ford go up against Xenu.
Will it take place in Clearwater, Florida?
It might. If they're using the Fountain of Youth,
that is in Clearwater, Florida. I don't know if you've ever been there, but yeah.
It's specifically in Clearwater?
It's right next to the Salvador Dali Museum.
Oh, wow. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, they charge like $5 to get in?
No, I believe it was actually $3.50 the last time I was there. It was about a year ago. Beautiful, beautiful place. You can get the water.
They probably got a BOGO, buy one, get one.
There is definitely a famous footwear BOGO going on down there. Buy one, get one.
What are your thoughts, Leah, on the Indiana Jones?
Oh, you know what? You don't know this.
Is Indiana Jones too scary for you?
No.
Last episode, you made it pretty clear that you can't handle.
No.
You can't handle.
I could handle this. The last one, I certainly could handle. I thought it was a little bit foo-foo. I thought it was a little bit like like it was good family film type of stuff.
Overtly family film. Like,
well, my kids liked it at the time.
That's the thing, though. Like old Indiana Jones,
liked it a lot.
The original Star Wars trilogy. You can watch them now as adults, and they're still good movies.
Yeah.
They're not overtly for kids, right?
Right.
But yeah, that Indiana Jones thing, it was like they got in the beginning, the opening shot. It's like they show this like little groundhog pop up.
Yeah.
Like it's like what?
It's entertaining for everybody.
Pixar movie.
And I'm not the one to ask about movies because I'm not a movie person. I like seriously 5 movies, and I watch them over and over.
And I'm
over.
guessing one of them's a Breakfast Club.
No.
Oh.
No, they're not your basic movies. They're just the ones I like, and I just stick to it. And I have a hard time watching other movies because I think,
Did we find it weird, though, in that movie that the crystal skull looked like a bottle of vodka?
Yeah, I thought that too.
I know. Did Dan Aykroyd, did he start his Crystal Skull vodka company before or after Indiana Jones 4?
I think, yeah, right. It might have been, his bottles might have been the prop. And it was supposed to look like a weird alien head, like it was a mixture between a skull and like the alien from the Alien movies, right?
Yeah.
It had that long, slender nose, but then I was just like, nah, this is a bottle of vodka. Like, this is not real. I don't get it.
The only thing I liked about that movie was, what's her face? Kate Blanchett.
Oh, yeah.
Kate Blanchett with a Russian accent.
Yeah.
She's a good actress.
Yeah, quickly go from 6 to midnight.
Ooh. Kate Blanchett with a Russian accent, though, is the greatest part of Indiana Jones.
I mean, I still like Shia Labeouf. I'll watch a Shia Labeouf movie just for the eye candy.
We're on the same team.
Just
here.
for the eye candy.
Team Boof.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Shia is going to be in this one. I don't think Shia is going to be in anything
gonna be a
for
flop.
a while.
Gonna be a flop.
Not Harrison Ford. John Williams is doing the score, which is great because even the Star Wars movies, like the worst Star Wars movies, at least the score is good.
At least, sure.
Like the prequels are whatever, but like the scores are fucking top notch. They're excellent.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Leah, but I think Chege's the only one who will talk about the score.
No, there's plenty of people that will talk about the score. He's in good company.
I don't care. I don't care if Pharrell came over from Despicable Me and made the score. Like, whatever.
It's probably award winning. He's probably won awards for it.
Yeah, he tons of awards for the score.
He probably did.
It's the fucking come on.
Yeah,
John Williams.
It's John Williams.
Fucking E.T.
Yeah, no, he's great.
Superman movies.
I love it. I go home, put the John Williams channel on my Spotify, and I just fucking.
You probably could
Spotify and chill, bro.
Probably you should.
Oh my God, you guys are blowing me the fuck away. John Williams is a fucking legend.
Yeah.
I thought there was Sean Connery at first. I'm like, Sean Connery's not going to be in this one because he did die last year.
I literally the same thing. I looked at him. I was like, he's Harrison Ford's dad in the movie.
They're bringing him back.
Yeah.
Maybe CGI.
But no, he's writing the score. He's playing the Casio keyboard throughout the whole thing. I love it.
There's no Casio keyboard. It's John Williams. He's got the London Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah, dude, he's great. Everybody loves trombone.
Are you looking forward to this movie?
I was.
What are you looking forward to more, the movie or the score?
Well, see, that's the thing. So
probably the score.
The score.
Yeah.
The movie might suck as a movie, but if the score is good, you got to give it up for the score. It's kind of like when you watch a shitty movie, or when you watch a good movie, but there's an actor in it. Or no, you watch a shitty movie, but there's an actor in it who murders the part. But the entire movie is kind of shit.
Like Kate Blanchett.
Shia Labeouf in the fourth one.
Sure. Yeah. Like Shia Labeouf in Indiana Jones 4. Exactly.
Love it.
I think they brought a knife to a gunfight.
What's you got going on here, guys? Huh? Oh, you wearing a varsity jacket? You cooler than me?
Hey, listen here, you jocks.
Talking that jive around me. Cake eaters.
So, cake eaters.
From Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, that is.
That's like a old school homophobic slur, isn't it?
I don't think so.
I don't think
it's
so.
For like a yuppie.
Yeah, not with
You're a
not
yuppie
when
if you're a
Emilio
cake eater.
Estevez and Team USA and Mighty Ducks 2 with the knuckle puck. Nah, that's not.
The knuckle puck?
Yeah, Mighty Ducks 2, bro. Come on.
I don't.
I'm not as familiar with part 2.
You're my not understanding you liking the Mighty Ducks 2 is on the same level of you not understanding me
Score.
appreciating John Williams' score.
I just want to say that the knuckle puck just describes a whole generation of
What
people.
is this knuckle puck? What is a knuckle puck?
Well, when
If you're a
great.
Mighty
So we're
Duck.
gonna- if you're a Mighty Duck, you break it down. Just let's say you know your rollerblades, Chege, okay?
You're a Mighty Duck.
So what happened was Team USA, they were battling Team Iceland in the Junior World Olympics. They went to California for this. They were down one player, okay? So they scoured the streets, all right, the playgrounds, the hustle yards, wherever they could, and
Looking for talent.
they found Russell. What was special about Russell besides him being, a minority that they could add to this
It was diverse.
this diverse Team USA was he had the knuckle puck. Okay, it was a special shot where he flipped the puck onto its edge.
I remember
did a slap
that.
shot, and it went
That's
end
not even
over
legal.
end like a knuckleball. You couldn't tell where it was going.
Right.
You're right; it's not legal.
Okay,
Right, they
so
got
it's like
disqualified,
a
I
hockey version
think.
of a knuckleball.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
The
what
knuckle
this-
puck.
The knuckle puck.
Knuckle puck. Wow. Did he
Listen,
score-
all right.
did he
There's two
score
things
lots
in
of-
common here with you,
Did he
Chege.
score lots of goals?
Rollerblades.
Did he score lots of goals?
Yeah,
with the
tons of
knuckle?
goals, man.
Yeah, they won,
How do you
right?
think Team USA beat the most hated Team Iceland Vikings? They beat them with 1, speed, 2, power, 3, knuckle puck.
Yeah. Third time's a charm.
Yeah.
Not even to mention they had Kenny Wu on the team. Kenny Wu was an Olympic figure skater, and he was doing pirouettes and triple axel thrusts, just confusing Team Iceland.
Triple axle thrusts.
Yeah.
Sounds powerful.
It's a move. Bing it.
Bing it.
Stop Asian hate. I like it.
Bing it. Bing all of it.
Yeah. So, where the fuck?
Did I just throw you off?
No, he's got something
Yeah.
else.
No, I just
The whole Bing reference?
No, you just describing this movie like it's like. Well, no wonder we haven't seen Emilio Estevez in fucking decades. You know what I mean?
Oh, really? Because he's in the new Mighty Duck series on Disney Plus. Yeah. Called Game
Mighty Duck.
Game
Mighty
Changers.
Duck is his, Mighty
Game
Ducks is
Changers.
his. Yeah, that's.
Fuck your score.
Coach Bombay, bro. Coach Bombay. If you need a mentor in life, follow Coach Bombay.
Is
And
this-
if you can't, his protege, Charlie Conway.
He sounds like a hero.
He is a hero.
Is this
True.
the third installment?
What? No,
Did
there's
they
already
had-
been 3.
I
The
was
third
gonna
one
say,
was when they
okay.
went to private school,
Okay.
and they were the fresh meat. They were the freshmen, and the seniors wouldn't allow them to play, so they had to battle and prove that they were better than the varsity players. And guess what?
Were they?
They were.
They were.
Julie the Cat Gaffney came back and to play goalie for them. It was great.
So this will be the Disney Plus version is the fourth installment, or it's a series?
No, it's a series.
Oh, like Cobra Kai?
Right, like Cobra Kai, like, Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's a series they pick up. There's a ragtag group of kids from Philadelphia that decided, ice hockey on the pond just isn't good enough. We want to organize. We want to come together. We want to win championships. But there's already a Mighty Duck squad. And they're pretentious. They are the villains now. They are Team Iceland.
Sounds just like Cobra Kai.
Also a really good series.
Right. So I'm just worried that this
Team
Mighty
Lawrence.
Ducks one isn't going to be as good.
It's going to be
As
as
the
good.
Cobra
But
Kai.
you know what? Cobra Kai was really for your adult like us.
Yeah. It
This
sounds like the
new
Mighty Ducks.
The
will
new Mighty
also-
Ducks is actually more of a version. It's more of a family version.
Oh.
It's clean cut, but you know what? A good wholesome series is good every once in a while. There's only so much blood and sex
words.
and cuss words and poo-poo play you can take in a day, right? So sometimes you got to tone it down.
Sure.
Watch the Little Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. Guilty pleasure for you.
Well, Coach Bombay seems like a real hero.
Coach Gordon Bombay.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Gordon Bombay. Well, his last name's Bombay, right? So I did get it right.
Yeah, Leah's on the same track here now. I love it.
So I think we're all the same age, 1982s.
82.
Yeah. What's the chances of that?
Probably 3 and...
Probably 1 and 1.
Right, 1 and 1. I mean...
I didn't take statistics, so I can't really answer that.
There's a lot of people born in 82.
Yeah. So, speaking of heroes, there was a traffic stop last year.
How many occupants are in your vehicle?
Is this violent?
Open the door slowly and step out.
It looks like it. There's a white dude with a gun. Of course it's going to be violent.
Get out the car. Open the door slowly.
Well, it's important to remember that
Get out of the car now.
all races use guns
Open the door. Get out the
and
car.
commit offensive violence against people. This is a video, though, of absolute heroes.
Keep your hands outside the
Do we
window.
know where this is happening?
This is in
Keep your
Virginia.
hands outside
Whereabouts
the
in
window.
Virginia?
Get out of the car
Windsor.
now. Get out of the car now.
I never heard of
Get
that.
out of the car now.
I heard of Windsor, Ontario. Police are
Get
just
out of the
as
car
crazy.
now. Yo, well, guess what? I'm a veteran too. I learned to obey. Get out of the car.
Listen to that hero.
Get out
Wow.
of the car now. What's going on? Is you fixing to ride the lightning, son?
Like, what is it? Is that a racist thing, or is he a big Metallica
You're
fan?
fixing
Or
to ride the
Now.
lightning.
Oh, he is
Get
black.
out of the car.
I couldn't tell.
Just get out of the car.
which,
Work
like,
with us and
riding
talk.
the lightning is
You
a
received an order. Obey.
referring to executing somebody in an electric
Lightning,
chair.
yeah.
So that's
Yep.
a wild thing to just say.
Yeah, you should be. Get
Holy
out.
shit.
Get out. Get out the car. Get out
I
now.
have not committed any crime.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest
For
for.
traffic.
You're being detained. Okay, you're being detained for obstruction of justice.
At this point, you're under arrest. Oh wait! I can't arrest him unless he's being charged with something. So now I have to backtrack and say,
Yeah.
you are being detained.
And he just said, just for a traffic violation.
So what happened is he had he didn't have a license plate. He had like a cardboard license plate in his back window.
Brand new vehicle.
Brand new vehicle, or change
Yeah.
of title, or brand new plates, whatever.
Right.
And so they pulled him over. Now, this guy didn't pull over right away. It was like a quarter of a mile, half a mile or something, and he waited till there was a lit public gas station. to
Which
pull
they
over.
tell you to do.
Yes, I was just going
Which
to
they
say
tell
that.
you to do. So then this occurred, right? So that's where we're at.
where we're
now.
at.
Yeah.
You know, he pulls over. They come out with guns immediately. He's got his hands out the window. The main cop, this guy that you're seeing right now, you don't see the other cop.
No.
But this guy is like younger, and he looks like at times it looks like he's like.
He's not sure of what's going on. Like, he doesn't want to do this. He does not want to participate.
It doesn't seem like he wants to do it.
Right.
All right. But the guy the body cam is attached
He's
to.
very, very timid.
He's the guy the body cam is attached to, though, is extremely aggressive.
Yeah, no,
Like,
he's on steroids.
you're gonna ride the lightning,
Gonna
son.
ride the lightning, son.
Violation. I
Dude
do not
makes
have to get
moonshine
out.
if he's in
You have to
Virginia.
tell
Really?
me why I'm being stopped.
Really?
Get your
Get
hands.
out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me.
Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me.
You know what?
Get your hands off me.
Not a
Get your
problem.
hands off me.
Back up,
I
Daniel.
didn't do anything. Don't do that.
Sir,
Whoa,
get out of the
whoa,
car
they're
now.
gonna mace this
Get
guy?
out of the car now.
Sir, I'm trying to talk
Get out.
to you. Okay. I'm trying to talk
The timid
Get out.
cop is
Relax.
like, listen, man, I'm trying to
Get out.
help you.
Relax.
Get out of the car right now.
This
Now.
is not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this
He's
country.
in his
This is how you
uniform.
Back up, Daniel.
Holy
I didn't
cow.
do anything.
Back up.
Whoa, hold on.
Daniel.
What's going? Hold on.
What?
Watch it.
He's like 2 inches from his eyes, shooting mace right at his face.
Yeah, mace or pepper spray or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Get out of the car. Get out of the car now.
How the fuck is he going to get out of the car? You just maced his ass.
Sir, just get out of the car. I'm trying to breathe.
Get out of the car now.
Fucked up. You guys really fucked up.
Yeah, get out of the car and get on the ground now.
At least open the fucking door for him.
I don't
Have some chivalry.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Get out of the car now. Listen, take off your seatbelt and get out of the car.
Look, I'm just gonna please.
You're gonna
that timid cop is scared.
Out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the. Take your seatbelt off.
Look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car.
Yeah, like I'm assuming if that timid cop, he's obviously not the superior, right? The guy with the body cam is probably the superior. But that guy, it doesn't seem like he'd be doing. We're speculating, right?
Yeah.
We're just assuming and speculating, whatever. But I bet that guy wouldn't be handling it like this.
No,
like,
if he was in charge, no, that timid cop would have
been nice.
Wow.
Like even when he was
Reasonable.
like back up,
Yeah.
he was like the body cam cop, he was like back up, back up. He backed up, and then after a second, he went back in and he was like, "Hey, buddy, like let's just get out of the car,"
Right.
you know. And he was trying to open up the door, but
Don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there.
My hands are out, please. Please, look. This is really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right now.
Get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off. What are you, a specialist, corporal? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off.
Oh,
and
now
get out
you're
of the
going to
car.
show some fucking
You made this way
respect,
more difficult than it had to
Lieutenant.
be.
You
just
piece
complied.
of shit.
Get out of the car.
I'm reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Straight onto the ground. Straight onto the ground.
Ma'am. Is your commanding officer available?
Down. Let's go.
Is your commanding
Let's
officer
go.
available?
Get on the ground. Get on the
Can
ground.
you please talk to
Get
me
on the
about
ground
what's
now.
going on?
Get on the ground or you're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get on
going
the ground.
on?
Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Yes, sir. Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this? Why?
Because you're not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this? This is really messed up. This is really messed up. Sir, well, just this is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is fucked up.
yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's where the video ends.
It is fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fucked up that he didn't get out of the car when he was told these are heroes. These are our heroes, and they're protecting.
Who the fuck are you talking about being a hero?
Oh, those cops. Cops are
Oh
heroes,
my
right?
God, that is a fucking piece of shit move right there.
Cops are heroes. Aren't
That
cops
that
heroes?
is not a fucking hero.
But cops are heroes,
Oh
right?
my God.
Aren't cops heroes?
This is hero versus hero.
Yeah, it's heroes versus heroes. Now, I looked it up, and this guy is a medic, right?
Yeah.
So he probably hasn't killed too many
No, I'm
civilians.
sure he's probably saved a lot of fucking lives.
He's probably saved a lot of lives, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? But those two cops are heroes, you know? I mean,
Absolutely not.
no?
No. Abso-fucking-lutely not.
But they were helping that guy. Weren't they helping him?
No. What?
Yeah, they were
No,
helping
don't try
him.
to just get a fucking reaction out of me, because that was not help.
Well, I mean, they didn't shoot him. You know? They could have shot him. I mean,
They maced him for no fucking reason.
well, he wouldn't get out of the
The
car.
cops tell you
Look,
to
if-
pull into
if
a lit
cop-
place.
If a cop tells you to do something, you have to do it.
He did. Police tell us all the time to find a lit area when you pull over, just in case, right? Because look at all the cases of the people pretending to be police officers, and those people who pull over in dark areas end up missing. So what did this guy do? Didn't know what was going on. He pulled up into a lit area. Then you got old fucking timid Timmy, who doesn't know how to hold a fucking gun, standing behind the goddamn vehicle, just pulled. And then you've got Brutus the Barber Beefcake with a body cam,
I like how you commented.
Telling
I like how you
people to
commented.
fucking ride the lightning.
I like how you commented on how he was holding the gun because he was limp wristing that
He
gun.
was limp. Yeah, he was just shaking. The fuck, man? No, this is not any type of hero situation.
Oh, all cops are heroes. All cops are heroes. 100% all the time.
Chege loves the drama.
Cops are just, so this is just a rough situation because it's like you got a troop who's a hero and then you got cops who are heroes.
No, this is not a rough situation.
The heroes are fighting. It's almost like you're watching like Batman versus Superman,
No.
It's like the heroes are fighting.
Not at all.
It kind of is. Hero versus hero.
All right, so we've had our little banter here. Let's hear what Leah has to say about this.
Oh, well, I don't know. It's just weird. Like,
Hey, by the way, I'm being completely sarcastic calling the cops heroes.
Yeah, I fucking know that, but you are
right.
still trying to get a reaction out of me.
No,
and
I wasn't. I thought you were going to go along. I thought you were going to go along with it.
Oh, hell, I would never, ever go along with
thing.
that. That is no satire.
No, you got right to his heart.
You hit me. That the whole Asian shit earlier, now this?
He's
God
fired up.
Damn it. Come on, baby girl, let's hear what you got to say.
I always take this into the consideration of like, what would I do in that situation, right? Mm-hmm. It is a good idea to go to a well-lit place. You can put your hazards on. They say that. You can put your hazards on. That tells the cop that you're going to a place,
right.
Okay? Going to the place, I mean, you can see he was trying to be a little bit not cooperative. But he was putting his hands out in a peaceful resistance.
Because he was scared to get out. He said, I'm scared to get out of the vehicle. And then the cop goes, you should be.
Yeah. So in my mind, he's doing the right thing. He's saying, here's my hands. Right. I mean, the guy did try to open the door, but, who knows in that type of situation, you reach down to unlock it so he can open any of it. I understand that he would be especially scared. I don't know. Because if I was in that situation, I don't feel like a cop, me personally, would take it to that level because I am a woman.
Yeah, you could have just started crying. Like, women have this power. They can just start crying, and men are just like, oh.
Actually, I just have to have a mini skirt on.
Well, if you want to go the sexual route, you can go the sexual route. But
a mini skirt? Me wearing a mini skirt is sexual? Don't I have the freedom to just wear a mini skirt? Because I want to wear a miniskirt?
You know what? Because
the cop
we are
thinks
100% inclusive here. You do have that right.
So I got out of a ticket, I swear to God, because of my miniskirt one time.
Right. But break that down.
I didn't flash it. He just saw I had it on.
Right, exactly. And so
he wanted to be favorable to me.
To him. It's not that you did anything sexual. Just the fact that you're a female wearing a miniskirt.
Yeah,
or if I start crying. Like, oh,
and if we're talking about a dude who uses phrases like "you're about to ride the lightning," he automatically is first looking at titties.
No, I would be
then
crying.
He is moving down, and if he sees skin, he is automatically.
But there wasn't no titties here. There wasn't no titties
because there was no female. But we're talking about
I'm just saying when I'm analyzing this, I think of my own situation and what would I do, and I don't feel like I would be in that type of situation because I'm a woman, and that the male cop has not an incentive but instinct to react more aggressively because he's in more of a threat with another male as opposed to a female.
Perceived threat.
Correct.
The threats are actual threats. Yeah. And then not actual threats, and then perceived threats. Right. So somebody could perceive something as a threat, and
I'm not a threatening person,
right?
Visually, physically.
Was this gentleman a threatening person?
Didn't seem like it to me. I thought he was white for a while, till they got closer.
Okay, great, boom, there you go.
I was like, "Where's he going with this? White on white?"
I stared with my mouth open for a little bit here because I couldn't believe what the hell was
can believe it. I can believe it.
Listen, these past 2-3 years, everything that's been caught on camera, everything that's been going down
on for longer than that.
It has been. But it's so in front of our faces.
It's been going on since the inception of Metropolitan Police Force.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how long
No,
it's
that's
been going
true.
on.
That's true. I think he means the broadcasting of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. All of this, every single time somebody gets arrested, somebody does something, there's a phone, there's a body cam, there's something in your face, and this is what we see all the time. But we sit there and
I mean,
we just
there's a lot you don't see, too.
You just said I would be non-threatening. This guy was non-threatening.
But think of it from the cop's perspective, where he's following this guy. He's not pulling over. He's probably calling his backup, getting all pissed because he is the authority, and you need to respect authority. So he's
just
getting
on that one
charged
guy.
up.
Yeah, he was
Calling for backup.
100% charged up.
By the
But then
time
you
they
got-
pulled him over, they were ready to bust
like
his
I said,
ass.
Timmy fucking Timid. Like that would have, I guarantee that would have been 100% different situation if, you know, Goldilocks was taking care of business instead of fucking metalhead Metallica dude. Just
Well, you got the same thing with the Derek Chauvin situation with George Floyd, where you had
Right.
Derek Chauvin, who was had more experience. He had young guys with him that were only a few days on the job after academy or whatever. And him, you know, if you have somebody under you, you know, you're trying to be, you don't want to, you know, end up in a situation where you're going to look like a fool when you're trying to show these young guys how to do it. So this seemed very similar to me, where someone's in a higher authority.
All right.
So he may be going over and above.
That's 2 good points.
Because he's trying to show that this is how you've handled a situation, and he doesn't want to be if he's being challenged, he wants to win that challenge to show his underlings that I'm top dog.
Yeah, very similar.
But don't you think, as maybe this is going above and beyond, and thinking as being somebody in a mentoring position, don't you think they should be able to read the fucking room? Like, this guy couldn't tell that his partner was scared out of his fucking mind when his gun is just shaking like he's got Tourette's. Like,
no, because you're all in. This is a live performance. You don't have time to.
I'm in live
think.
performances all the time, and I can still read the room. Well, I can still tell when
that's giving
somebody
too
is
much
scared.
credit.
When
too much credit.
Oh God. Okay. All right. No, I 100%.
Yeah,
there you go.
and we'd have to. I'm very curious. I'll look it up and post it on the screen when I edit this. But it'd be very interesting to know that other cop that were the Timid Timmy. That we're calling him.
Yeah.
I'd be very interested to know, like, how many years he's been on the job, and what
He
his
just graduated high school.
And
then
just
how
looked
old,
like he graduated.
how old the main cop is with the body cap.
I guarantee you, it's 2 years into the force. That's it. 2 fucking years.
No, but I'm talking about the body cap.
That's what I'm talking. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Old Timid Timmy, he just got out. He's just ready to fucking run the streets of Windsor, Virginia. And then my dude has been there for 2 years, so he thinks he's fucking Nash Bridges.
He's got something to prove.
And he's got something to prove. I'm going to show Timmy this is how you take care of a perp.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I doubt it. The body cam cop, I bet he's 55.
He sounded older.
I bet he's 50, 55. Just to ride the lightning. I'm not from the South. I don't know the vernacular, but just the fact that
he was
said,
showing off.
You're ready to ride the lightning. Like, what the fuck?
And
is
I bet
going
you with
on
these
here?
body cameras, maybe there's more improv like this where they feel they need to show off
where cops
some
want to
badass.
They prepare like taglines
yeah,
and shit.
Exactly.
Man,
Who's the law now?
I just want to say that I don't agree with any of what happened there, and
no, nobody does.
Wow.
I mean, some people might, but nobody here.
I'm just very curious as to, like, when you know how there's they fly the blue line flag, cop supporters, right?
Yeah, bootlickers.
Those people, yes.
How many of them would be associated with that?
Let
and
me
think
finish.
That that's okay.
Let me finish.
You're right.
How many of them who, odds are, those type of people also support the military?
Right.
I'd love to get one of those
It's a conundrum.
people and
I see where you're
see,
going.
you know what I mean? Like, because it's like, what do you do? It's like, oh, there's the military. Like, to me, let's say I believed in government's hierarchical structure. To me, it's like a cop telling a military guy what to do is like a apprentice plumber telling a master plumber what to do.
I thought that too.
Maybe
It's
a
like,
bad
where's
analogy, but
where's the hierarchy here?
you know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying. I saw where you were going, and it's like, when you're talking about the ones who fly the Blue Lives Matter flags and are also the ones that are support your military, support everything else. Like, what are they seeing during this? How
are they processing?
Right. And where's the conflict here? Are they just like looking at this like it's a Saturday night UFC match and they're going for,
like,
you know,
who's the bad guy?
Yeah, who's the bad?
Who's the heel and
who's
versus
not?
Superman.
Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
okay,
Yes.
Like
you brought it around, and I see where you're going.
Yep.
I do like the point she brought up earlier, though, about he could have had his hazards on. Now, I'm just going to say that, right? Could have had the hazards on, showing that he was taking it a little bit further to get to a well-lit area.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That makes 100% sense, but sometimes we're not thinking in the moment there. We're just thinking, I'm getting pulled over. Let me find an area to pull over. Also, we don't know what that road was like. They could have been on a bridge. That could have been a ditch on the side where it's just dangerous to pull off.
Sure.
Right. Or it could
And
just
if we're talking, so I used to live in Virginia, right? And I know the outskirts and the backwoods of Virginia. And there's a lot of places that you don't want to pull off to, especially because of the woods and the forests that are there. There's no gators in Virginia, but there are some country folk that live in the hills. Not quite like West Virginia, but
Some
pretty
hill people.
close, yeah. And as a black man
I was gonna say,
driving through Virginia,
not an ally.
and I'm assuming he's not from, you know, Richmond or Virginia Beach, right?
You don't know.
He's in Windsor, Virginia. I don't know that's at, but that's some backwoods shit. I'd be scared. I'd be afraid.
When I first saw the video, when I first saw the video, it said Windsor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fucking, why is Windsor cops got American flags on now? It's like, Jesus, what is happening to the world? Like, but what was I going to say? So like anytime I see a video, this is just nuance, right?
Yeah.
This is nuance. It's like with the Asian hate thing and asking where you're from. I'm just saying. I'm not saying one thing is a. So I've been pulled over by the cops lots of times. I'm white, right? But when I was young, my mom told me never fuck with the cops. They can kill you. I'm white, and my mom told me that shit.
Yep.
So whenever I'm around cops, if I get pulled over, I mean, I'm
nervous.
No, I'm a little bit problematic, but stop finishing my thought.
I'm sorry.
Jesus
The only time.
Jesus Christ.
I've been trying.
I'm trying to guess right.
Jesus Christ, it's another thing he's got to fucking edit out.
It's another thing I got to edit. No. But it's like this situation, I would have gotten out of the car.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right situation because we've seen lots of videos where cops shoot people, you know, when they're doing the right thing. You know, the one guy, Philando Castile, I believe, it's like he told the cop, like, I have a licensed firearm. I have the and the cop just flips out and starts fucking emptying his magazine. So I don't know, right? Just my thoughts are, it's like, just do what they say and fight them in fucking court later. I mean, that's
unless you're dead. Unless you're dead.
That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. I don't know, but like in this situation, so he's suing, right?
Yeah.
He's suing, and he's probably going to get a shit ton of money.
Hopefully.
And that money isn't going to come from that cop who did this fucking repugnant shit. It's going to come from the city's insurance policy, and maybe that cop gets moved or who knows, whatever. But the odds of him being charged and found guilty of anything are slim to fucking none.
Yeah.
And that cost just goes back to taxpayers. And it's like, what? That's why when people are like, oh, you got to pay your taxes. It's like, all right, well, what are my taxes going to? Are they going to fund liable insurance lawsuits because cops are out there doing retarded shit that is completely unnecessary? Like, they could have not even pulled that guy over and nothing bad would have happened.
Exactly.
Like, even if they pulled him over for just the license plate thing, who cares? Well, it's a fucking license plate. Who gives a shit? It doesn't fucking matter. Like, it's a different story a little bit when it's like cops are after somebody because it's a suspected murderer.
Right.
Like somebody's got a murderer, and who knows? That shit might even be made up. Who knows? But at least that incentive makes a little bit more sense to pull somebody over and aggress against them, right? If they robbed a bank or they assaulted somebody or they murdered somebody or allegedly, right? It's like, whatever, I get that. But it's like this guy's got a fucking cardboard license plate. Like, who cares? They could have never pulled him over and none of this shit would have happened and nobody would have been hurt by it.
I mean, same with George Floyd. He had a counterfeit 20. They need to come and pull guns. I mean, they didn't pull guns. I guess they pulled a knee. But is that a crime worth someone dying for, having a counterfeit $20 bill, selling a Lucy cigarette? I mean, you fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks.
Yeah, exactly. Who gives a shit about? And then it comes back to laws.
Petty crimes.
Where it's like when you have all these laws where cops have to enforce laws that are fucking stupid. Like cigarettes, there shouldn't be any fucking laws about cigarettes. It's like if you want to buy cigarettes or make cigarettes or sell cigarettes.
It's about the taxes. It's about the taxes.
But it's about the taxes. So when it's because of the taxes, you got to have the stamp on them, and you can't sell Lucy's because you're making money without giving the state any of your profits from selling the Lucy's.
You're not a tobacco dealer.
Yeah, you're not a licensed tobacco dealer.
Tobacco dealer.
Are you selling these plants without a license, sir?
Yeah.
But yeah, super fun stuff. Those are the heroes. Those are the heroes that are out there to
spy versus spy, hero versus hero. That's all that's what my takeaway.
Yeah, I wish one of us were like military people.
I don't.
Or no, I don't either. Except, you know what I was thinking about? Like,
you know what?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, military doesn't want people melting.
U.S. military does not supply Diet Coke.
You can't kick in doors in small villages in Afghanistan if you're going to melt.
Yeah, or have your period.
You know? Or bleed all over the place.
Or have a baby.
You filthy, you dirty, you filthy woman.
How am I supposed to change my tampon if I'm like at post?
And then you're kicking in the door to some family's house and
I just start breastfeeding the baby.
And the old guy just smells. He smells your menstruation.
So I'm a little confused here. Is that a joke, or because I know a lot of females who were in the military.
It's a liability.
They loved it.
A debilitation. I'm just picturing myself.
They shot people.
Damien, what's up with your shirt? Shirt looks fucking fire, bro.
Dude, this is my shirt right here is a beautiful rendition of Jean-Claude Van Damme in the cinematic feature Hard Target, his best movie he's ever made. If you can tell by his business in the front, party in the back, what you don't get to see is the amazing leather duster he wears throughout the whole movie in New Orleans, where it's filmed. If you haven't seen the movie Hard Target, it is definitely in the top 2 movies that I love.
Besides Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks is not number 1. You want to know what number 1 is?
Yeah.
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport. Is that Steven Seagal?
Bloodsport is, if you haven't had TNT growing up or Spike Television after that, or just your man card, is a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie as well.
Right. Right. What are the scores like? Those motion pictures. They good?
There really doesn't need to be a score because the action is 100% in your face badass. Now, when you want to talk about the action in the movie, and if you were to compare it to anything else, it would probably be your Walker Texas Ranger multiplied by 10 because it is Van Damme. And even though Van Damme did get his start in the classic movie Breakin', that was his first American film, Breakin'.
Really?
Yeah. He was in the movie Breakin' for 4 seconds in a wrestling uni dancing, and that's it. And he did not make it into Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, shut up.
But His first movie was
Yeah, I don't
Breakin'.
think we can say the word boogaloo now because we might get flagged by
flagged.
YouTube. Yeah.
Do you also know whose first movie appearance was in Breakin'?
No.
Ice-T.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow.
Really?
Ice-T had a 5-minute rap, and he was wearing leather and a fedora. He looked real sweet.
I got to piss.
All right.
I think we should probably wrap this up. I'm super hot.
Super hot, bro.
I'm super hot. I gotta piss
He's
so
sweating.
It was the
He's
genital
sweating.
mutilation that made you hot.
bad. That shit. I was thinking about it. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll be back next week. I had something planned for next week. We're still waiting on the DMX fragrance to be shipped to the house.
Postmortem.
And we're still waiting on Ted Kaczynski to write me back. So
I hope he does. I fucking hope he does.
Oh, I hope he does too. It's going to be super exciting.
Oh, my God.
All right. I want to thank Damien for showing up.
Thank you very much.
Leah, I'd like to thank Leah. And we'll see you next time.